The internet is absolutely losing it over what Selena Gomez allegedly said to Taylor Swift about her wedding, and trust me, this story has everyone picking sides. Before we dive into this mess, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're serving fresh celebrity tea daily and you won't want to miss what's brewing next. So here's what's going down. Reports started circulating that Selena Gomez turned down Taylor Swift's invitation to be in her bridal party. Yes, you heard that right. After 17 years of friendship, after all the public support and the matching squad goals moments, Selena allegedly said no to standing by Taylor's side on her big day. The headlines are everywhere, and people have thoughts, lots of thoughts. According to the reports that surfaced, Taylor Swift was completely blindsided by this decision. Sources claim that the pop superstar asked Selena multiple times to be part of her bridal party, and each time Selena politely declined. Can you imagine planning your dream wedding and your best friend of nearly 2 decades keeps saying no? That's got to sting a little, even if you're Taylor Swift. But here's where it gets interesting. The reason Selena allegedly gave for declining isn't what you might expect. She reportedly told Taylor that being a bridesmaid could take too much focus away from the bride on her special day. Selena was worried that her presence in the bridal party would shift attention away from Taylor and onto herself. Now that's either the most thoughtful thing ever or something else entirely, depending on who you ask. Let's talk numbers for a second because they matter in this conversation. Selena Gomez has over 400 million followers on Instagram. That's more than 100 million more followers than Taylor Swift. Every time Selena posts something or shows up somewhere, millions of people pay attention. Every outfit gets analyzed. Every expression gets screenshot. Every interaction becomes a trending topic. She's not wrong about drawing attention. That's just facts. The reports suggest that even though Taylor happily gave a speech at Selena's wedding to Benny Blanco back in September, Selena is being cautious about her role in Taylor's celebration. She doesn't want to accidentally overshadow her best friend's moment. The sources say Selena keeps telling Taylor that she loves her, but the answer remains no when it comes to the bridal party position. Now, the internet is divided into camps over this whole situation. Some people are calling Selena a true friend, saying this is what real sisterhood looks like. They're praising her for being self-aware enough to recognize that her celebrity status could become a distraction. They say she's being humble and putting Taylor's needs first, which is what best friends should do. These supporters argue that Selena is showing maturity and genuine care for her friend's happiness. On the flip side, there's a whole other group of people who are not buying it at all. They're calling Selena conceited and saying she's acting like she's more important than Taylor Swift. Critics are throwing around words like attention-seeking and saying this makes Selena look bad, not good. They argue that if you're really best friends, you show up when your friend asks you to be in their wedding party, period. No excuses, no concerns about who gets more attention. Some people are even saying this is typical behavior and that Selena always finds a way to make things about herself. They're bringing up past situations and claiming there's a pattern of her seeking sympathy or playing the victim. The comment sections are brutal, with people debating whether this is selfless or selfish behavior. Here's something to consider, though. Both of these women are billionaires. Both have incredible careers. Both are at the absolute top of their respective games in the entertainment industry. Taylor Swift is one of the biggest artists on the planet right now. Her tours break records. Her albums dominate charts. She has a fan base that would move mountains for her. Selena Gomez has built an empire too, from her music to her makeup line to her acting career. They're both operating at a level most people can't even imagine. When you have that much fame, that much visibility, that much scrutiny, every decision becomes complicated. A regular wedding has enough stress with seating charts and catering choices and family drama. Now imagine that wedding, but every single detail will be analyzed by millions of people worldwide. Every photo will be dissected. Every guest will be identified. Every moment will become content for entertainment news cycles. That's the reality these two are dealing with. The sources also mention that Selena isn't completely stepping away from the celebration. She's reportedly working on a speech for the wedding. She and Benny Blanco will definitely attend as guests. Selena just wants to stay out of the spotlight as much as possible during the event. She wants to be there to support her friend without becoming part of the story herself. Taylor apparently hasn't given up hope yet. The reports say she's still asking and still hoping Selena will change her mind because she wants her best friend to be a major part of her special day. That's actually really sweet when you think about it. Despite the rejections, Taylor keeps trying because that friendship means something to her. Let's be real about what would happen if Selena did stand up there as a bridesmaid. The cameras would absolutely be on her. People would compare the two of them. Fashion critics would analyze both of their looks. Social media would be full of posts about both women. There would be speculation about their body language, their interactions, whether one seemed happier than the other. Some tabloid would probably run a story about tension or competition, even if none existed. That's just how the celebrity media machine works. When Selena got married, Taylor kept things low-key. She didn't post immediately about it. The photos that eventually came out focused on Selena and her celebration. Taylor stepped back and let her friend have her moment without trying to share the spotlight. Maybe Selena is trying to return that favor in her own way. Both of these women are incredibly famous, and they both know exactly how the game works. They understand that their friendship exists under a microscope. They know that people are always watching, always judging, always ready to create drama where none might exist. Maybe they've had real conversations about this. Maybe they've talked through the pros and cons. Maybe they have an understanding that the rest of us aren't privy to. The thing about rumors is you never really know what's true. These reports could be completely accurate. They could be partially true with some details exaggerated. They could be entirely made up. We weren't in the room when these conversations allegedly happened. We don't know what Taylor and Selena have actually discussed in private. All we have are anonymous sources and speculation. What we do know is that celebrity friendships are complicated. There's genuine affection, but there's also management teams and public relations considerations and brand implications. Every public appearance is calculated. Every social media post is thought through. These aren't just friends hanging out. They're two major brands navigating a friendship in the public eye. Some people think Selena is being a realist. She knows that her presence in the bridal party would become a story. She knows that headlines would be written. She knows that instead of focusing on the bride, people would be talking about both of them. If she genuinely believes her presence would take away from Taylor's moment, then declining could actually be the most supportive thing to do. Other people think this whole thing is unnecessary drama. They say real friends don't worry about this stuff. They say if Taylor wants Selena in her bridal party, then Selena should just do it and let the chips fall where they may. They argue that overthinking it and making it into this big production is actually creating more drama than just saying yes would have caused. There's also the question of whether the story is even real. Celebrity gossip websites need content. They need clicks. They need engagement. Creating dramatic narratives about famous friendships generates all of those things. Sometimes sources are legitimate. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes details get twisted or exaggerated to make a better story. If this is all true, then both women are in a tough spot. Taylor wants her best friend by her side on one of the most important days of her life. That's completely understandable and probably hurts a little bit that Selena keeps declining. Selena is trying to be thoughtful about the bigger picture and the potential consequences of her involvement. That's also understandable even if it means disappointing her friend. The jealousy angle is interesting too. Some people are suggesting that the backlash against Selena comes from a place of envy. She's been through some really difficult times publicly. She's dealt with health issues, relationship drama, and intense scrutiny. A lot of people expected her to fade away or struggle indefinitely. Instead, she came back stronger. She built new businesses. She found happiness. She's thriving. That success after adversity might bother people who wanted a different outcome. Celebrity culture is weird like that. We build people up and tear them down. We create parasocial relationships with famous people and then get upset when they don't behave exactly how we think they should. We feel entitled to opinions about their personal lives, their choices, their friendships. We forget that these are real human beings dealing with real situations, just with millions of people watching. Whatever the truth is here, one thing is clear. People are invested in this friendship. They care about whether Selena will be in the bridal party. They have strong opinions about what that decision says about both women. They're ready to defend their favorite or criticize the other one. The story has taken on a life of its own regardless of how much of it is actually factual. The coming weeks and months might give us more information. If Taylor's wedding happens and we see photos, we'll know whether Selena was in the bridal party or not. We'll see how involved she was in the celebration. We might get actual confirmation or denial of these reports. Until then, it's all speculation and people choosing to believe whatever version fits their existing narrative about these celebrities. Both Taylor and Selena have proven they're survivors in an industry that chews people up and spits them out. They've both maintained careers and public images through countless controversies and challenges. They've both built loyal fan bases who will defend them no matter what. This situation, real or exaggerated, will probably just become another chapter in their ongoing stories. The broader conversation this raises is about friendship and fame and how the two interact. Can you maintain authentic relationships when everything is content? When every interaction might end up in the tabloids? When people are constantly trying to find cracks in the foundation? It's got to be exhausting navigating that world while also trying to be a good friend and support the people you care about. At the end of the day, if Selena is genuinely concerned about overshadowing Taylor, that shows she's thinking about her friend's experience. If Taylor keeps asking because she truly wants Selena there, that shows the friendship matters more than any potential complications. Maybe they'll figure it out privately. Maybe they already have and these reports are outdated or inaccurate. Maybe we'll never know the full truth. What matters most is that both of these women continue doing what they do best. Creating music, building businesses, living their lives on their own terms. Whether Selena stands up at that altar as a bridesmaid or sits in the audience as a guest doesn't change their individual worth or their contributions to their industries. It's just one moment in a long friendship that has survived plenty of challenges already. The internet will keep debating. People will keep choosing sides. Think pieces will be written. Hot takes will flood social media. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, two actual human beings are trying to navigate a friendship and a major life event while the whole world watches and judges every move. So, what do you think about all this? Is Selena being a thoughtful friend, or is this whole thing unnecessary drama? Should she just say yes and deal with whatever attention comes her way? Or is she right to be cautious about potentially stealing focus from her best friend's big day? The conversation continues, and everyone seems to have an opinion. Whatever happens, these two have been through enough together that they'll probably figure it out just fine without our help. Don't forget to subscribe for more celebrity news and updates because there's always something brewing in Hollywood, and we'll be here to break it all down for